Welcome, Sheldon. First up, we'll go to Mike Zeisberger, NHL.com. Go ahead, Mike.
Hi, Sheldon. Before we get started about the series, I just wanted to ask you, obviously with the promotion of Haley Wickenheiser today and, Daniel Goyette joining, but Haley specifically, just talk a little bit about what she's meant to the organization. And she just became a full-fledged doctor. We know through this whole pandemic, she's been out there trying to get equipment for the frontline workers. Just can you maybe sum up, just your feelings on Haley and on Goyette as well?
Yeah, well, first on Haley, it goes without saying, that she's made significant contributions to the sport, both as a player and then now in her role that she's had with our team over the last few years. I worked with her a lot in my time with the Marlies when she was working in player development, and she really helped bring a lot to the player development program. And I learned a lot from having conversations with her. She played the game at a high level, obviously, and she's an elite talent that has that unique combination of elite talent, elite intelligence, and elite work ethic, and all those things shine through in her role anytime she's been around myself, our coaching staff, or our players. So to have her, take a significant step into a leadership position here now within the player development program is a huge win for our organization. I can't speak highly enough about Haley in terms of what she brings on the hockey side of it. And then, just outside of hockey, you listed off so many things that she's involved in helping people in the community all across the country. But then just the drive, to just complete her medical degree here, she's beyond impressive, and not just those accomplishments, but just meeting her and being around her. I've been absolutely nothing but impressed from the very first conversation I had with her. So again, for her to be stepping up into a leadership position in our organization is a big win for us. And I was happy to see her in the building today. And I know she's jumped right into getting started. And I don't know Danielle Goyette other than to say that she is very much like Haley in terms of her accomplishments on the ice as a player, especially with the national team, and then has been coaching here for the last number of years as well, and has had success there. And I know she was, right at the top of Haley's list to bring in. And if it's good with Haley, it's good with me. So a big win for our organization there.
Next up, we'll go to Josh Clipperton, Canadian Press. Go ahead, Josh.
Sheldon, just as an Ontario kid, and you also coached in Pembroke, which is probably a town that's split three ways: Sens, Leafs, Habs. Are you able to detach yourself a little bit from the games themselves and just about how much this means to people?
It's probably difficult because I haven't seen or spoken to too many people these days. But I think, you do recognize it. My father and really all my family are from Prince Edward Island, and that's, a split province in itself. So, the Leaf Hab rivalry, I grew up with a lot of that. It's been a really long time since they've been together here in a playoff series. So that means a lot to a lot of people, probably a lot of older people. And, we hope through this that it revives that rivalry.
Next up, we'll go to Lance Hornby, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Sheldon, further to Haley and Danielle, what does this just say about the organization that Kyle would take it in such a direction, giving such top posts to a couple of females and leading in that area, giving them the chance to make an impact in hockey?
Well, I think it goes to show where the sport itself is growing. But as I was saying, I think the first time you meet Haley Wickenheiser, right away that she has a lot to offer. And I've said it before to other people, but she played the female game, obviously, but she has an elite hockey mind. She sees the game, processes the game on the same level as elite players that play in the men's game. So from that perspective, she brings a lot. But yeah, over the number of years that I've been in the organization here now, the number of women have grown significantly that are in our organization, and no matter what the position, I think they've just brought so much here and enhance our organization in so many ways. So, for that to continue to grow is a very positive thing for us and for the hockey community at large.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Sheldon, if the Habs look to turn this into an ultra physical series, perhaps some nastiness, what's the best way for your group to combat that?
I just keep playing, play through it. We got to be physical ourselves. Playoff hockey demands that. And Montreal's right up there with the most physical teams in the NHL, even in the regular season. And we played against them 10 times. So not entirely new for us. We know what to expect. At the same time, playoffs are just going to bring out a higher level of physicality in everybody, including ourselves. And, we're more than prepared for that.
Next up, we'll go to David Alter with the Hockey News. Go ahead, David.
Hey, Sheldon, with Bogosian moving to a regular jersey, I imagine he's getting closer to perhaps returning for you guys. And if you could update the status of Ben Hutton, who's been missing for the last couple of days.
Yeah, and Bogosian, obviously him, being out of the non-contact jersey today is a positive step. We've got a day off tomorrow and then another practice day. It'll be part of his progression. He's not quite there yet, from what I'm told, but obviously the more reps that he gets, then he's going to become even closer. And like we talked about, we certainly are expecting him to be available here in this series. Regards to Ben Hutton, he's got a non-COVID medical situation that our staff is monitoring, non-hockey related. So that's really all I have for now. He's just going to be off the ice for the next little bit here until he goes through more testing.
We'll take a couple more here. We'll go to Alexis Champagne with the Canadian Press. Go ahead, Alexis.
Thank you. Hi, Sheldon. The Leafs' goal against average has dropped significantly this season compared to last year. Just what's been the main improvement in your own zone game that has led to that drop? Where do you see what's the key to that success?
I think when we look over the course of the season, and we haven't been perfect in this area, I don't think any team really is, but we've really reduced the number of odd man rushes and breaks that come our way, breakaways, 2-on-1s. Really clean open looks at our net. We've reduced that greatly, whether that's off the rush or in our own zone. It's been a priority for us. Really going back to when we had my first training camp going into the bubble in the Columbus series, and we thought we made good progress through that, and then just continued to build on it in this year's training camp for this season. And the players have really bought into that. So a combination of that, of course, and strong goaltending at the right times has really helped us there. But that was a major priority for us. We were right at the bottom of the NHL a season ago in goals against, and you can't compete at a high level when that's the case. So our players have been very committed to it, and we've virtually turned that around to be upwards of the top of the league at 5-on-5 goals against, and that's I think the biggest reason why we maintain such a strong place in the standings.
We'll take three more here. We'll go to Jean-Francois with the Montreal Journal. Go ahead, Jean-Francois.
Hi, Sheldon. In your room, there's only Joe Thornton who was born the last time the Habs and the Leafs played. Even you as a coach who are not born yet. Austin was saying that it's maybe a little bit of Red Sox against Yankees. In your mind, in your eyes, how can you describe the symbolic of that playoff series, Montreal versus Toronto?
Well, like you're saying, I think it's very symbolic, in terms of the history of it, but it has been a really long time. So, I think when you looked at the Canadian division coming together here in this strange season, you looked at the potential of opportunities such as this to occur, where you can revive such a rivalry. It's been a regular season battle, and the provincial battles and all those things in sports are real. But this is as real as it gets here now, and it's a good opportunity for those fan bases to experience this. Of course, not quite the same when the buildings are empty, but we know there's going to be a lot of people in front of their TVs, and we're looking forward to being a very physical and competitive, hard-fought series.
Next up, we'll go to Luke with RDS. Go ahead, Luke.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Sheldon. Having Thornton, Spezza, Simmons together on the line, so that's a lot of experience. How valuable this line maybe can be against Montreal?
Well, we hope it can be valuable. Of course, all three players bring some very unique skills along with their experience. They're all big, strong guys as well. So we're going to look to put them in good spots to succeed. And all three people are very valuable in our room. I've got, great voices and great, they use that voice to tap into the experiences that they've had. They've helped our team greatly this season, not just on the ice, but just in terms of our group really coming together. We talked just a bit ago about our improvements defensively and all those kind of things. That sort of stuff doesn't happen if you don't develop camaraderie amongst the team. You don't develop accountability, all those kind of things. And those three players, with Spez and Jumbo and Simmer, have really led the way in that department.
And last one here, we'll go to Lance Hornby, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Lance.
Just a quick one, Sheldon. Tomorrow, any off ice, any meetings, anything like that? And did this day off sort of line up perfectly in terms of having the 5 days off before the series starts?
Well, it's going to be a day for the coaches really to just process what we've gone through the last couple of days and make the very clear plan for our final practice day and final preparations. Might have a few discussions with players here and there that are popping in, but generally it's a full off day for our guys, and well deserved. They've had 2 good work days here back to back, and take a day off and then ramp it back up for the series.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Thank you.